I guess that I'll be the first one in thanking Trevor, Professor Hancock. I'd like to show a lot of respect for an icon in public health and a man and a person who is influenced the global thinking in our field. And it's a privilege, obviously, to hear him again and with so many reflections. And as he is saying, this is the latest. This is the top of his mind, of a whole life of being at front and reflections. I'm taking one point that I believe is something that we all should reflect on that. First, how long, what does it take for something to work? And I think that we all should take very seriously the job that we are commending ourselves in first starting this process, what we call a charter, and to be certain that a paper or a signature is not going to do the work. I mean, it's a great progress, but the question then is, what is that each one of us, and I think that this was Trevor Hancock's point, what is it that each one of us is going to do next? And if we don't have an answer by the end of the day, personally, just thinking for ourselves, we're not there yet. We'll be able to move and to start getting that route, that journey, if we have a personal commitment and a clear vision of what is it that each one of us and collectively will be doing starting today and ending many years from now. I take that message really seriously because I think it's absolutely right. And we'll have to think at different levels. Obviously, we are individuals, and personally, we have commitments, and we have more control, perhaps, of what the options, the choices that we can make. But together, in this context, there is a university responsibility. We're part of something larger than ourselves, and we start making differences at home. I'm taking also that message. We're not expecting someone else in the world to change out there just talking or criticizing the world or expecting others to change it. So the next question is, what is it that will change in this university first, or each one of them, or when we move to the rest of these 38 countries where we belong? What is it that we're going to carry from here? And a healthy university is a choice, it's a policy choice. It doesn't happen by chance, randomly. It doesn't happen because, we're lucky. We go to the good places. We have to make those good places to happen. And the vision and the goal is for those places to be flourished and to be vibrant everywhere in the world. And no matter where we are, to take that as a duty, as I love that comment, what he said. That's a duty. It's not a demand, it's not a request. We're not consumers. We don't get that just by having money and paying larger tuition. It's a duty. That's a vision of what a health promoting university is, or what a health promoter vision should be. We need to be advocates and to make that difference, those changes. And what are the changes starting here that could take place tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, and the vision for 10 years and for the next generation? That's a question for perhaps for the younger audience. He's done his duty. I do believe so, and we're so thankful of visionaries and pioneers at Trevor Hancock. But he was sitting there 40 years ago in a university, and he made those dreams to be true. And at the policy level, and at the international level, I think that our agencies, we have things to do. I mean, that charter means a lot. To take it like a mandate, like a resolution, like a commitment from the international community and put it in front of the policy leaders and decision makers. But just to finish my thoughts and my reactions, at least in my career, I do believe more in people at the base than the people on top, you know. Politicians, those who have, that we hope that they will make the world better, they have a credibility very low in most of the countries. They don't represent many times the interest of the individuals. They are influenced by corporations, by lobby groups, that they are more powerful, and the policies they make, they are not necessarily the best for the people. That's politics, and they're good and bad, but the world hasn't changed much in decades. Action needs to happen from the bottom up, and not just to wait and to think that the world is going to change just by voting or by hoping that someone on top will make the difference. Things don't work like that, and universities are necessary to influence policies from the bottom to the top, to build capacities, to have the vision and to have the dialogue with the next generations, the ones that will do the change, to generate the evidence and to present the policy choices. These are the consequences of taking option A or B, so that those that decide to choose that this is going to be a healthy university, they choose that choice rather than doing nothing or thinking that that's not the job, that they have other duties to do more important than that. So with those reflections and just I'm thinking aloud, I would like to open and also to, I would love to hear what the feelings and reactions of some of my colleagues and some of you are to those words of wisdom by Trevor Hancock. Thank you.
And yes, thank you. We should give an applause to Alfonso. And Mary Gwynn, you might notice me gently interject because I'm very mindful of keeping the other piece, so I might limit you to a couple of minutes with your remarks and then Casey so that we can move in if that's okay with you.
That's fine. Thank you. I'm not good at improvising, so I won't be long. Like Alfonso, I want to thank Trevor and for the opportunity to make a couple comments. I think we all come from a completely different world than health promoting universities. So one of the things that has struck me the most during Trevor's presentation and in the conference in general is how much even though we're so different in our contexts and our settings, we really use a very similar language that's, I think, much more meaningful in your context than in ours, and gives you a huge opportunity to make a difference. Alfonso and I work at regional level. Casey works at global level. Our colleague Diego works at national level. And nobody lives at national level or regional level or global level. They live in places like this. Nonetheless, I hear a lot of the same language that you hear in the UN about sustainable development and the importance of global change and concern for the same kind of issues that we've been talking about here: sustainability, health promotion, health for all, education for all. We have a lot of slogans that it comes down to settings and places like these where they're a real, they become reality. The other thing I would want to say is this, share this concept of that advocacy isn't a 4-letter word. It's actually an 8-letter word, which gives us a lot of, and it's a duty. It's at the base of everything that we do, whether you're here in your context or whether we're here at regional, global, or national level, because it's what drives us all. It's the tool to to put into action what we all have committed ourselves to. And then finally, I've been thinking a lot about the concept of health promotion and those words and this idea of promotion as marketing or selling an idea as a good idea. And I think more and more, especially through the work we've been doing on health literacy and trying to get the education component into that, we haven't talked much about the importance of universities promoting health promotion within the different academic fields of study. I know it's part of health promoting universities, but I really think health is constructed more than it is promoted. The capacity of each of us to take in all the information that we get through our training, through our communities, through the media. We need the competences to be able to use that information, to understand it, to see what it means for us, and then to apply it, whether it's to our own lives, in our communities, in our settings, or our countries, or our regions, or our global levels. So I really want to thank you all for the opportunity to really learn a new language and try to figure out what it means for us. And thanks again for the presentation. It was very enlightening. Thank you.
Thanks. It won't be long, yeah, because I don't want to be the one between you and the coffee and tea. Yeah. I think, Trevor mentioned very clearly, I think we need to transform the university as well as the world. I think it's very clear. And he also mentioned we need, every one of us has a role. Yeah, we need to do something with passion, with determination. I think it's very clear. I just actually sum it up. And I agree no more. And I have been thinking, what can we do in return or to walk the talk? I think WHO, together with PAHO, we basically provide two opportunities. One is to invite your participation to shape actually the next conference. The one actually, beginning in 1986, yeah, I think the only one who actually took part at the conference is Trevor. But I think the next one, maybe, more of you will be part of the process. So that's one thing we offer to support, the universities and colleges to transform the world. And the other thing, what we can offer as, an opportunity to put health in all policies and to promote action across sector for health and health equity. So this is another thing you can do. And I mentioned actually, we do have actually the mandate from the top of the UNSG, our Director General, and many UN organizations, as well as your head of state. They actually commit to a few political declarations over the years, and also the one which will be coming up later next year, the SDG. I expect all the head of state will sign off the document. So you have the mandate given by your country, not only from your university with support from UN organization. The opportunities out there is ample, There's so many things we can actually make a contribution. And the evidence is also there. I think in the past 2 days, and probably sometime today, we know, we have the evidence to guide our work to enhance the chance of success. Well, I don't want to carry on because I need a cup of coffee. Yeah, because I overslept. Yeah. And I haven't had anything, but I do have a dream, but we hope, we can work together, to make a better world, in the next, I don't know how many years, but anyway, we will get there. I won't be able to get it done, but we see so many younger faces in this room, and they have to make a contribution and pass it on. Thank you.